Hey there, homesteaders. It is such an amazing day here in the desert, and today we're hiking around Soda Lake, which used to be an awesome provider of baking soda for a bunch of people.
And then when we get back home, I'm going to be using baking soda to make a loaf of soda bread.
So let's do this thing. Let's get out of here. We're gonna work up an appetite and get hiking.
Let's go. Let's do it.
We're Kaliki and Brett, a rugged and adventurous gay couple who are sick and tired of clashing with life in the city.
So we decided to head into the desert to chase our dreams and thrive.
Along with our furry friends Chuck and Momo,
We'll explore DIY projects, tiny house construction, gardening, hiking, cooking,
and share what it looks like to jump headfirst into homesteading.
So subscribe and join us on our dusty adventures to build this desert dwelling.
So Soda Lake is a volcanic lake, or it's formed in the crater of a volcano, which may have erupted sometime within the last 1,500 years, but definitely the last 6,000 years. What you got to say about it?
I think it's called Freya magmatic eruption, which means that it's an eruption caused by water coming into contact with the hot magma and then the vaporizing really fast and causing an explosion. So I thought that was pretty interesting little thing I learned. I'll leave the word there so you can see how it's spelled.
And it is a terminal lake, so all the water that comes in just evaporates. They also call it an evaporative lake. It's a saline lake. There's a really dense layer. It's a, what is that, mesomeric? That means that it's separated into layers for all time.
Mesostatic, I think.
Mesostatic. Mesomagic.
Mesotragic.
But so at a certain depth, it is without oxygen. It's an anaerobic situation down there, so there's no oxygen. Momo, don't be crazy. It's scary. He's going crazy up here because you can really tell that we are on the rim of a volcano. Like, it's crazy. Look at all the birds. Look at the geese.
I just think it's really beautiful here. I love how clear the water is, and it seems like so blue sometimes. It seems kind of more of a greenish hue today, but
it seems tropical almost. I mean, the landscape around it does it, but just the way you can like see the water down there, it kind of looks like a coral reef, even though I think that's just some slimy seaweedy, not seaweed, but plant life.
Some kind of algae or something.
Some alkaline loving plant. This is actually Big Soda Lake. There's supposedly a small one somewhere around here that we've never, or I've never seen. You said you've seen it?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's over there just a little tiny, more like a puddle.
So we're going to try to find the other one today and see if that's actually a thing. I just always assume that because it's a terminal lake that the other one just dried up by now, but there's supposed to be a spring that leads into this somewhere. Or at least there used to be, and it was a place where a lot of the, what are they, pioneers?
Yeah.
What do they call those people?
Imperial.
Momo!
Too far.
Too far. Quit dancing. Momo! Our dog's a dork. He prances at the rabbits in the bush. Hey!
It's a nightmare.
Get a grip. With me. Be good boy. You'll be good? Okay, go ahead. Okay, stop. Momo, stop. Come back. Come here. You're a good boy. Anyway, those pioneers or those settlers, and actually the Native American people, were probably coming here as a great source of water for a long time.
Yeah.
The tufas that form here, we'll show you those once we get down to them, but the minerals that were coming in the spring would react with the calcium bicarbonate or sodium bicarbonate, all that bicarbonate, baking soda, and forms those structures, so you'll see them soon enough. So we're, I don't know, maybe like a quarter of the way around this thing. I'm not sure if we're even that far. Just wanted to show you from over here, this like ridge right there, in that area. We're going to be going down that to get down to the bank, so we've done it before. It's a pretty steep little venture, but I'm excited. I prefer being down by the water, even though this is a beautiful view. You finish it. Every angle. Get it. Don't you go. You finish it, Drupal. Alright, good enough. It's amazing that these trees can just survive along the bank. This water's got a pH. This water's got a pH of about 10, and I know that it's definitely really salty. But somehow they manage to survive. Check out this lizard sunning himself on this bush. Let's see how close I can get. Hopefully I don't die. Hi, lizard. That's a precarious little spot you got there. You're not too scared? I'm not here to hurt you. Oh, he gone. So we started hiking about right there, and so we've gone all the way around the upper part of the crater, and now we are going to head down to the water down this hill. So it doesn't look that bad. Maybe it's not that bad. I just remember the last time I went down it was hectic. So let's see. My shoes are definitely filling with sand and rocks. But yeah, it's not so bad. What do you think back there? How's it going?
Going fine.
Going good. Going down. Momo, how are you doing? You go get him? Go on. Oh, he's on the scent. He found a scent. Momo loves to hunt. Only ever seen him accidentally kill a lizard, though. It wasn't even, I mean, he was trying to get it, but a rock fell and got it. I think I've added about 10 pounds to the inside of my shoes at this point. Momo's swimming. Momo, don't drink the water. No, come on. It's got arsenic. You're gonna die. Yeah. You're like a pig. You gotta roll in the mud to keep yourself cool. Ugh. What kind of flies are these? Do you remember? It's just like hordes of flies. Cute.
Maybe we did do this, I just don't remember.
I'm gonna have to put my camera down to attempt this. We decided the best way through would just be to brave the baking soda water, arsenic and all. The water is really nice and refreshing, though. I mean, they gone. Where'd they go? What are you doing up there, Momo? That's so high. Oh God, where are they going? Well, this is a bit trickier than we remember. Bret'S down there trying the low road. I'm gonna try to go this way. And Momo, he just goes wherever he wants. You're doing good. This is why we say we're rugged and adventurous. So here's a cool little small example of the tufa formations. They're formed from the minerals interacting with the baking soda.
Sometimes when you're walking through this water, it'll stir it up and mix together. There's like different levels of salinity in the water. So it's like the really salty water mixing with the less salty water, and it looks like mixing syrup into water is kind of what it's like.
So there is an old soda mine that's submerged under the water here. I think at this point I read it's about 35 feet below the surface. At one point it was up to 60 feet below the surface. There's also an old cottonwood grove that's down there. I read a story about scuba divers that have gone down there and kind of swam through the haunted forest beneath the surface, which sounds cool but also sounds terrifying.
Yeah. We finally made it back to an actual path. So it's a lot nicer than trying to cut through a bunch of spiky bushes and trees and things. Or just like Momo.
It's a nice breeze blowing through the cottonwoods. Definitely was a perfect day to go and do this hike. Tell me how beautiful I am.
You're so beautiful. I just can't believe it. I can't even imagine a more beauty man.
Alright, I like it. I'm really glad we decided to go around the lake this way. We got all of the intense stuff out of the way.
Yeah, now it's just smooth sailing from here.
Yeah. Nice, right along the water. All the little nasty flies going wild. Momo's in the soft sand.
There's a bunch of little exoskeletons of some kind of bug. They look like mayflies or damselflies or something. I can't tell because they're a little smashed up. It's kind of cool. They're all over the place. There's so many damselflies all right here. This pretty grass. Very beautiful.
Well, Brett and Momo have headed off in another direction, trying to find Little Soda Lake, and I am heading back to the car, and I will meet up with them. Hopefully they'll find it and get some good footage.
So Kaliki decided to go back to the truck, but I went on a little bit further to go and find Little Soda Lake, and I have made it. So let's show you. Here's Little Soda Lake. It's more like Little Soda Pond. There's a little dock on it on the side opposite me right now. So it seems like it's somebody's pond or something, but I'm pretty sure it's just Bureau of Land Management land. I could be wrong about that though. But here it is. Little Soda Lake. Oh. Everybody's taken off. Go, be free. Yeah. It's pretty nice. I think it was worth the extra 5 minutes walk. Alright, now I'm gonna head back to the car.
I guess Momo didn't want to go to Little Soda Lake. He found me all by himself. Well, that's it for Soda Lake. Can't wait to get home.
Oh, hi Cassandra. Come on in. So most soda bread recipes use buttermilk, but to do this vegan, I am just using some soy milk, and I'll add, that's not a tablespoon, that's just my regular spoon. I will add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And then just stir that up and let it sit for a few minutes. And then I'll move on to my dry ingredients. Now for my dry ingredients, I've got 2 cups of flour, and to that I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of salt. And just whisk that all together. To my dry ingredients, I'm going to add half a stick of margarine, cut it into little pieces, and just use a fork to cut that into the flour. I'm just going to use my hands to make sure it's all incorporated into pretty small bits. Just kind of feel the lumps and smash them up. Alright, I've got most of the really big lumps worked into that. I don't want it to be completely all mixed in though. I want to leave some little bits of the butter. So now this is ready for our wet ingredients. Now to my dry ingredients, I'm going to add the soy milk and vinegar mixture. You can kind of see how the soy milk seems thicker now, and it's kind of curdled a little bit. That's from adding the acid to it, just the same way that if you put lemon juice in milk, it'll curdle like that. Soy milk is really similar to cow's milk in terms of protein content. I'm just going to stir this up. Some flour on my work surface. Spread that out. Then put that dough down there. Sprinkle a little bit more dough on top. And just lightly knead this a few times. It's not like a yeasted bread where I'm really trying to develop the gluten. I think I'm probably supposed to be developing a little bit of the gluten, but for the most part I am just trying to incorporate a little bit more flour. I think I put too much of the flour down on the surface. Alright, I think that is probably good enough. Got my baking dish. Parchment on the bottom of it. I'm just going to take this dough and cut an X in the top of it. Go a little deeper there. That's probably good. Alright, now that is ready to go in the oven. We'll see what happens. Alright, I have my oven preheated to about 375. It's still a little shy of that, but it's about as hot as I'm gonna get it, I think. Now that just has to cook for about 35 to 40 minutes. And I'll turn it probably halfway through because it gets hotter on one side of this oven. So it's been in there for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna check it out, flip it around. Oops, sorry. Alright, it's definitely gotten bigger. Sorry, this is hard to do with one hand. So yeah, it's gotten bigger, and flipped it, and put it back around. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, it's back in, another 20 minutes, and we should be done. Maybe. So it ended up cooking for about 45 or 50 minutes. But I think it's done now. It definitely got a lot bigger. So there it is. Time to eat up. Alright, it's time to cut into it. It's pretty good. Looks a little, possibly a little underbaked, which is pretty common for this channel, so no big surprises here. It smells really good though, and I'm sure it'll taste good, but it might be a little doughy. Whoa, it's a crazy slice. Yeah. Oh, not the butter. Oh no. Alright, let's eat up. Let's try it. Just gonna butter my bread. This is for my love, man.
I wait or I just take a bite?
Just go for it. Take a bite.
Mama wishes he could have that.
He wishes. It is kind of like a biscuit. It is definitely a little underdone.
Giant biscuit.
Yeah.
It's good though.
Yeah.
So it just rose because of the baking soda and the vinegar.
Yeah, it definitely doubled in size. I feel like maybe it could be even a little bit bigger sometimes because it feels pretty dense.
I guess you should put butter on it. It's good without butter too.
Yeah, the soy milk that I used was a little bit sweet, even though it was like not the sweetened kind. But I mean, also there's 2 tablespoons of sugar. I definitely taste the sweetness.
It's been a long day. It's been a long week. I'm glad that we got this episode filmed.
Me too. Now to edit it in one day.
Never before seen. This episode will be the fastest editing job we've ever done, so hopefully you enjoyed it. Well, we really appreciate you guys following along. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode of Desert Dwelling.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye!